My name is Olga Clarke and my degree is the Master of Clinical Neuropsychology and Doctor of Philosophy, and my research field is cognitive psychology. I became interested in psychology when I was working in the field of human resources, and because I was dealing with lots of people, I wanted to learn more about what drives people, and so I decided to study psychology. For me, when I started learning about psychology, I got really interested in the field of Alzheimer's, and I knew basically that for me to be able to continue on in that area, I would need to have a doctorate. And also I was very interested in research in itself, so I wanted to learn more about how you would conduct research. For me, I was not familiar with any supervisors at the University of Western Australia because I came from a different university. So for me, the most important things were actually to find a supervisor who had a similar working style and who was interested in the same topics that I was. For me, it was probably juggling between the Masters of Clinical Neuropsychology and the Doctor of Philosophy degrees. At times, I had different things that were conflicting in terms of schedules and priorities, and so I had to be really organised to make sure that I can meet all requirements when I needed to. I think for me, it was about how to find answers when I needed the answers. So during my degree, I had to learn a lot of new skills that I had never had experience with before, such as coding, completing statistical analyses that I was not familiar with. And sometimes I really had to learn how to find the answers that I needed to find. That was probably the greatest skill. To be honest, I don't know that I would do anything differently because although I've definitely had some challenges, sometimes of good and bad, I think all of it has been a learning experience and I've been able to take something out of everything. So for me, I've really enjoyed the degree and I would probably do it in a similar way the next time round. I think for me, when you have so many demands, sometimes it's difficult to find the time for yourself just to relax and do something that you enjoy. And for me, I found that giving myself time in the week to do that was really helpful because it helps me to recharge my batteries and make sure that I'm working really efficiently when I do have to do some work. At the moment, it probably doesn't feel like it's going to happen still, but it is getting more real as it's getting closer to submission time. So at the moment, I'm feeling quite excited about it, also a bit nervous about the future, what the future will look like after this degree as well. I think the biggest piece of advice I would have is to take all of the opportunities that you can get, whether that be learning a new coding language or doing a statistical analysis that you have never done before, or interacting with other peers, or going along to some other events where you learn about other people's research. It's all a learning experience and a good way to meet friends and to really pick up some really great life skills. I would do it all again because after all of these years, I'm still really interested in psychology and all of the areas that potentially I could be working in once I finish this degree. So for me, I love psychology and I would absolutely do it all again. For me, the ideal job would be a mixture of research and some work in the clinical area as well. I'm also really interested in working with older adults as well as pediatrics. So I think for me, I love the diversity of psychology and the perfect job for me would be to embrace working in different areas, different fields, and learning as much as I can about the areas that interest me.